whom she would ostentatiously arrange to meet at noon. The girls loved kissing her on the mouth. She loved girls who let themselves be kissed on the mouth. The first time I saw Lorna, I found her beautiful and said the word bitch. I was 5 years old. At supper, my mother was smiling at her. They would look at each other, and when they spoke, their voices were full of intonations. I obstinately observed their mouths. Whenever they pronounced words starting with M, their lips would disappear for a moment, then, swollen, reanimate with incredible speed. Lorna said she liked moly and salmon mousse. I spilled my glass of milk, and the tablecloth changed into America, with Florida seeping under the salt shaker. My mother mopped up America. My mother always pretended not to notice when things were dirtied. I often took to the road, long before I got my driver's license. At high noon, at dusk, even at night, I would leave with my mother yelling sharp words at me, which would get lost in the parking lot dust. I always headed for the desert because very young, I wanted to know why, in books, they forget to mention the desert. I knew my mother would be alone, like a woman can be, but I was fleeing the magical reflection of the comb in her hair, seeking the burning reflections of the blinding sun, seeking the night in the dazzled eyes of hares, a ray of life. Let me confront aridity, and I would floor the accelerator, wild with the damned energy of my 15 years. Someday, I would reach the right age and time as necessary as a birth date to get life over with. Someday, I would be fast, so fast, sharp, so sharp. Someday, faced with the necessity of dawn, I would have forgotten the civilization of men who came to the desert to watch their equations explode like a humanity. I was driving fast, alone, like a character cut out of history, saying, so many times I have sunk into the future. At night there was the desert, the shining eyes of antelope jackrabbits, sinita flowers that bloom only in the night. Lying under the Meteor's headlights was the body of a humanity that did not know Arizona. Humanity was fragile because it did not suspect Arizona's existence. So fragile. I was 15 and hungered for everything to be as in my body's fragility, that impatient tolerance making the body necessary. I was an expert driver, wild-eyed in midnight, capable of going forward in the dark. I knew all that, like a despair capable of setting me free of everything. Eternity was a shadow cast in music, a fever of the brain making it topple over into the tracings of highways. Humanity was fragile, a gigantic hope suspended over cities. Everything was fragile. I knew it. I had always known it. At 15, I pretended I had forgotten mediocrity. Like my mother, I pretended that nothing was dirtied. Shadows on the road devour hope. There are no shadows at night. At noon, there is only certitude traversing reality. But reality is a little trap, little shadow grave welcoming desire. Reality